Well, wherever you are across the world, to a radio TV, and my name is Char UB Garnet. We are coming to you live from the Masanta parking, specifically at the Confident Tea Shop, one of the biggest attire centers in Vonchaman City, Lofa County. And it's good that you are following the broadcast this afternoon from Liberia. You can just share, leave your comments. And you may be aware that the national population and housing census is currently underway. This should have been held since 2018 because, as per our constitution, Article 39 mandates the legislature to allow a population and housing census to be held after every 10 years. And the first census in Liberia was held 1962. The second was in 1974. The third was in 1984. And it took Liberia's 24 years because of the civil unrest. And we held our last census in 2008. And quite recently, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manweya, made a proclamation declaring Friday as a national holiday to be observed as a census night to kickstart the 2022 national population and housing census. Unfortunately, many Liberians sat home and not seeing the realization of the proclamation. So there have been diverse views across Liberia. Also, there were some religious enumerators and supervisors that staged marathon protests across the country in demand of their just benefits or in the name of setting fees following the training exercise. And up to late last night, we've been informed that deployment has started. Enumerators have been receiving their training or badam through their mobile money accounts, but yet still many folks are complaining here in Vonjiman that there have not been much awareness. So we tend to talk to a few of them. And so let me talk to this elderly man. Your name, sir?
Aliyu M. Sayon.
Okay, Mr. Sayon, welcome to Two-Way Radio.
All right.
What is your take about this census issue? Friday was pronounced as a holiday by the president.
We heard that the president made the pronouncement that Friday will be a session holiday and we shall go a whole. And all of a sudden, we did not see the momentum on the fee. We understand that ladies are incapacitated to conduct the particular censure. And when you look at the whole censure issue, normally you do awareness first. People who listen to radio, they hear the jingles, and the people will get to know the benefit of the censure, because if you collect your data, it also helps. Even though they're implementing the right proposal, outsider can look at your proposal. They know the amount of teenagers in your country, disabled in your country, the household, the number of people in that country can help you at least to foster your project. But since 2018, the session has not been conducted, and though that was the advertisement was made, people apply to digital issue, and those that apply for the job, when the people came, they do their screening, and later they will call for tests. People that took the test, and then name that came out was different. So this is why I say ladies herself have some problem when it comes to implementing this censure. Because you cannot tell me somebody who sat for the test and take the test was successful from Lofa, that person does not see or his name on the lustro, except person who laying down at home, you don't even know how the test was conducted. You see that person name appear that yes, your name on the roster, you going for training.
Were you a victim of such?
Sure. Yes.
You did sit for the test.
I sit for the test, and then I didn't see my name.
Mm.
Understand? And then my friend that went for the training, can you imagine you carrying somebody for the training, even a cup of water, you not able to provide for that person. Later, you will tell them you go home and find something, and later you come back. You take a break. People go home and come back for the training. And then if you choose people based on uh, formality or based on some connection between you and that person, definitely your work will not go on the way you are expecting. That's why, like those enumerators, people that are really trained to the work, and then you go bring somebody that don't have knowledge on that.
Mm.
Especially the phone, people are taking tests on the phone. Those that don't really have that digital knowledge, they're not going to work up. You understand? So
So, what's your fear? Because as we've been informed, deployment is currently ongoing, and the census may likely kickstart on tomorrow. So, what's your fear about this whole process?
my fear of this process, it might not go on well,
Mm.
because if you fail to choose a qualified person to do the work, definitely you're not going to get a good result. And those that you are employing, if they are not happy, because usually we say in Liberia, in our common saying, if the Christmas will be sweet, you will know it from the eve. Somebody will go through that time, they don't have cup of water to drink. They have a fear that if they go and do the work, they might not get paid. So definitely somebody can sit down and fail in that form.
Mm.
So I'm not seeing the government proceeding the real way because of the irregularity when it comes to finance issue. And we understand that the legislator make a request to extend it to January, but the president have vetoed it that the judge should go on. So we should need expect a good result from this particular session.
Hmm.
That is my analysis I make.
Okay, your name again, sir?
I'm Aliyu M. Sayon.
Thank you so much for speaking with Two-Way Radio.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to the next young man I'm seeing here. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome to African Actions Network.
Thanks for welcoming the network.
Friday was a holiday proclaimed by the president.
Sure.
What did you expect of that day proclaimed by the president as a national holiday?
Actually, it was a good thing by declaring Friday as a national holiday for the National Housing Census.
Sorry, did I ask for your name?
Yeah, my name is S. Wangane Kane. I think you made a mistake. You did not ask for my name.
Okay, so that's
I'm
excellent.
S. Wangane Kane, a student of the Lofa County Community College. And by the president proclaiming Friday as a national holiday, I think it was necessary because the National Housing Population Census is a census that is very, very essential. It brings up development. It can make for international communities to know, other countries to know their country population and the amount of disabled in your country, the amount of jobless people in your country. But since the declaration of the holiday, we did not see anything going on like census. And I think the government of this country is not actually prepared to host the census.
Okay, so let's hear from you. Monday has been announced by Legis as the official start date of this entire 2022 census. What is your take? Do you see it really meeting its real purpose?
In my understanding, I think Legis is not actually fully prepared to conduct this census because those that underwent the training, some of them are not satisfied. Some are now receiving their staffing, which is their city fees and their transportation. And majority of them are complaining that they will not take part in the process because after working, they will not receive their salaries. So I'm looking at it that the counting will not really go on properly as expected by the government because they are not actually prepared to conduct this census. Because majority of those who attended the training, their name, some of their name was found under different counties, and some name appear and did not attend the training. So I don't know how would they really partake in the census properly. I'm seeing it that things will not really go on the right way as expected.
Are you prepared to be counted?
I'm prepared. I'm fully prepared to be counted, but I'm looking at it that everybody will not be counted in the country. Even myself, I applied through Legis, through their internet, through their website. My name was shortlisted, but later on my name went under Monserrado County. And I don't have that capacity right now to go to Monserrado County and form part of the enumeration. Yeah, I should have been one of the enumerators, but my name found under Monserrado County, which of course I apply under Lofa, which is district number 4 in Lofa County, and my name was never shortlisted under Lofa. My name was found under Monserrado, and I'm not prepared to go to Monserrado. So I'm looking at it at Legis, it's not ready prepared. And I think the lawmakers are in the right direction by extending or postponing the census to next year. So I would really like for the President of the Republic of Liberia to do the right thing by extending or postponing the census to another date because Legis is not fully prepared to do the process.
But the legislators just passed a resolution following a communication from Nima County District 8 lawmaker Larry P. Yankwe that the entire census process should be postponed or extended up to January. What do you make of that resolution, though we are still hearing in the corridors that everything kickstarts tomorrow? Do you think it was a good decision by the lawmakers?
Actually, it was a good decision by Honorable Larry Youngwell by extending or asking the lawmakers to extend the date to January. It's in the interest of the country because Legis is not fully prepared to conduct this census because there's a complaint everywhere, all over the country. People applied, their name was not shortlisted, and to really admit the fact, more people will not really be counted because some are feeling disheartened. They will say, "Oh, I want my farm. I will not." What the reason of me sitting to my house? There was no awareness carried out. My right Legis was to carry out some awareness in the community for people to really know the importance of the census. No awareness was carried out. So people does not even know the importance of the census. They don't even know what census means to the country. So the poor people in the rural villages was to be sensitized as to the importance of the census, but that was not done. And even the enumerators were not trained properly to carry on the process. So I think it is a good decision by the representative of the Republic for the date to be postponed to next year.
Okay, your name again, sir?
S. Wangane Kane.
Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thanks a lot.
And let me just move right here. Let me just talk to you from this angle.
Okay.
Okay, let me just get through with him. Welcome to African Actions Network, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Your name?
I'm Abraham Sabat Davis.
A resident of Vonjima.
So true.
Friday was a holiday. Did you enjoy the holiday?
No, not really.
Like seriously?
Seriously, because the expectation was really high, but due to the frustrating part from H's, so it was not really enjoyable.
What was frustrating from Legis?
The reason is that we expected them to have maybe come up with a kind of socialization in the county, out of the towns and villages. I think that would be one of the most happiest things that ever happened to me.
And so we are hearing in the corridors that this whole thing kickstarts tomorrow. Are you prepared for the census?
So true, I'm prepared.
But what do you make of the process? You've been complaining that Legis didn't do well because what you expected to see on Friday.
Let me make something clear to you, my brother. It's sometimes good to look somebody in their face and tell them the truth. Legis is very, when it comes to issue about sensitization, they do well. Looking at it. Do not expect somebody in Dabo, somebody in Gonolahun, Jene, to just wake up at this time or to say, oh, you expect people to just go to them right away and tell them, say, oh, you have to be counted. They'll be frank, they will not be ready. They looking at it because I can remember way back, I just say, let me just take it down. At that time, people came where they told people that, oh, you have to be at home where people will come to do the counting. But you know, sometimes it's even on radio before you talk about oh something that to say, oh yeah, you have to do it. So it's like maybe that kind of play thing that people just like I see you today, you can oh yeah, man, I want to ask you about how the latest thing is ongoing. I just feel that yeah, maybe you just want to do your 1 or 2 interview and that's all.
But what do you make of the president's absence from the country amid this entire population housing census?
It's a kind of frustrating thing that I must say because we're in a case you talk about people staying home to be counted and the president is not in the country, so that means he will not be part of the whole process.
But what do you think will be the end result of this entire census?
At the end of the day, my brother, people will be assigned to several places that they will just bring up their own solution. They just come up with their own result. Trust me.
But we've been hearing in the corridor that there are some enumerators that protested across Liberia, and some of them have received their small thing, and some of them are insisting that they will not go.
No, for
Do
that,
you think it's a good sign for this country?
I would tell you not a good sign for this particular country. But when I talking about the president being absent, and when they get up be frank, they said the head of the home responsible for everything. So where in a case, for example, I'm the father, and I'm telling people nobody should leave the house, but people come here to make sure they count you people. But where in a case I'm pressing, I think it will show some responsibility that yeah, the father is here. So in that everyone's bad things from going to me.
Okay, let me talk. I can just talk to you right there. I think it'll be very comfortable. Well, folks, this is African Actions Network. We are still here at the Masanta parking in Fonchoman City, Lofa County, getting citizens' view on the recent proclamation made by the president and the ongoing national census. Let me say good afternoon, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome to African. Your name?
For the answer,
It was a holiday. Did you enjoy the holiday?
for me, normally Friday is my normal holiday.
Okay.
So whether pronounced or not, as a Muslim, my own will, Friday is holiday for me.
Okay, so let's look at this entire census issue. The president told us to stay home on Friday to observe the census night. What do you make of this entire census issue?
The census issues, for me, I see it to be a fake program. For what I've been gathering around, information I've been gathering around, I found out that in rural community, people are not sensitized. No education, in any form of manner, activity within the community when the dwellers of the community are not informed.
But are you prepared to be counted?
For me as individual, I'm prepared to be counted, provided when the authority in charge are ready to count.
But looking at some of the things that you are highlighting, do you see a good result from this census?
Clearly, if it continue like this, there's no better result. There'll be a fake result from the census.
And this census serve as a gateway to the election next year. So if it is not going to yield good result, then what do you make of the election next year?
If there's no good result from the census, there will be no good result from the election.
Why do you think so?
Good. You see, if anything that is not done proper, that is not done at all. That's it. The census will determine where we are, who we are, and what we offer. But if that census is not done proper, there's nothing else we can do in the electoral process that will be proper.
So if I was just ask you this hard question, looking at your household, how many persons do you have at the house?
For my household, we up to 15%.
15 persons. And do you think you can convince all of those at your house to remain home and be counted?
Provided before the census, if I'm in a better position to keep my family at home, because I don't tell my family, like my wife, who and myself struggle together to make sure that we take care of the children, and the children need to go to school. Have so many things to put together. I can be sitting without doing nothing, and she also sit without doing nothing. While in the observation from the period of time, this census should be carried out since 2018. While you dragging to this time, quite recently again, you've been dragging to another time. We're hearing that up to January, from now to January 15. When it's this particular, I can't tell my wife to sit down myself, sit down again in the house. What would be the outcome of the children?
So you need to see the real things happening.
I got to
before you
see
continue.
what's happening in the reality before I can keep my family at home.
But will your doors be open for enumerators?
My doors will be open for enumerators. My doors will be open for enumerators, provided the care and the seriousness by those that are conducting the census.
Okay. Your name again, sir?
I'm putting M. Sorry.
Thank you so much, and sorry for the distraction. You know, there's an attire center, hot intellectual area, so you expect those distractions.
This Sunday, we come and keep time with one another.
Okay, no problem. Let me talk to this young man. Good afternoon, sir.
What about it, boss man?
I'm doing great. Welcome to African Actions Network. Your name?
My name is Ayuba M. Kroma.
Ayuba Kroma, Friday, the president proclaimed a holiday, and we all know that we expected some things to happen. What did you expect on the holiday that didn't happen?
Really, our spending holiday should be done, but the president has to be in a country before that holiday can be done. But it can be out of the country, he drop out of.
Are you willing to be counted now by leches?
To be counted?
For the census, are you willing to be counted now?
Yes, I'm waiting.
But are you seeing any sign? Are you motivated? Are you seeing any signal of people coming in your communities, making awareness about this census?
No, I can't see nobody yet. Ever first. Now, local, now I'm speaking from video club now. I saw the president watching in the other country. I'm suffering in the country, but what is going on? Who will tell that others will be beating? Nobody. Now, I'm from football field. I'm from football club. Video club now. Me and Carrasco sitting down together.
But do you think the president's absence from the country in any way has a serious problem about this ongoing census?
Yes. When the president could be here, people could take it to be serious. But so long he's not present, they will not take it to be serious. Now we are suffering this country now.
So if I should ask you, if the census is conducted, what are some of the benefits for this country?
Okay. When the session are being continuity, like the other day or the session are going on now.
When the census are going on, if it is done and they get the amount of people in Liberia, what would be the benefit for the country or the community or your district?
Okay, that would be good because we will get more benefit. Like the way they quarry program coming on in the country, when they check your horse, maybe you will get more advantage for the quarry. It's first. Second, anytime they can come, they know how much in their horse here, how many people living here. They will know the total, and they will know the total of people that live in Fonyama. Now, Lufa Canada, because Fonyama is the county.
Many people have been complaining that they call from the most abandoned district, they can't see their lawmakers. So, do you think that when the census is conducted, Lufa will have more seats?
Yes, because our lawmaker already, all job now for them, they only there to advocate. Like example, you come to me for me to talk. Once I'm not talking, you know they want to eat my heart, you will not get it, right?
Okay, so my dear brother, are you willing to encourage your families from far and wide, maybe in Lofa or Lofa, to be counted? Are you willing to talk to them, maybe call them, text them?
Yes, I'm waiting to confuse people in the community that will register. That will be part of the problem that come to count. But we don't know what is behind it. Anybody refuse, when benefit can, you will not be nobody. But when you take part, you know, we can go man, go deep, go. Nobody put go under the ground. You're going to go try a lot. When a benefit can, maybe you will get on the benefit. When you not take part now, when the benefit can, you will not get on the benefit. We all playing got good benefit all the country.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Your name again?
My name is Ayuba M. Kroma.
Okay, folks. Well, I guess you've been following very closely. We are at the Confident Tea Shop here in Vonchima City, Lofa County. This is Masanta Parking. This is where people get on board vehicles to travel to neighboring Guinea. And so it's a heavily infested intellectual area. And so we thought to stop by to solicit the views of citizens regarding this entire housing and population census in Liberia. Many thanks to all of you that thought to watch and also share and leave your comments on this live broadcast. It is something that we are all yearning to see it meet fruition, but there are diverse views from the public regarding this entire census. You've heard discouraging statements. People are saying no awareness yet, and they are not even certain as to whether this national population and housing census 2022 will materialize. But as time goes by, we tend to move around, walk to households, and hear from them as to whether enumerators have reached their doors to get their basic information. But as much as possible, it has been a wonderful time on this Sunday afternoon in Vonchman City, Lofa County. My name is Eta Yubi Garnett. Many thanks to all of you for watching. Many thanks to Patience Blay Ato, who sat at control from Pennsylvania, USA, to live stream this entire broadcast. Until then, my name is Eta Yubi Garnett. Thanks so much for watching. That has been the voices of Lofians here in Vonchman City, Lofa County.
Okay, my name is Ricardo Tobar, reporting for the African Actions Network, 2A Radio TV, live from Banga City in Bon County. It's a pleasure to be here in the Douala Pambouch community, speaking with some permanent and eminent residents of this particular area relative to the holiday that was being pronounced by the president of Liberia. So we have with us this eminent resident of this community. Hello, sir. I'm doing good. Welcome to 2A Radio TV.
Thank you.
So it's actually a pleasure. Friday was being set aside, proclaimed by the president that it was a national holiday. Did you observe it?
Sure. Stay home.
Okay, why did you stay home?
Who will you check?
Needed to be counted.
Sure.
So, were you counted?
No.
Tell us your idea about the issue about census. What do you look at census to be?
Census has to do with counting and knowing the population of a specific country when it comes or before an election.
Okay, so now, do you think the process was actually fair? Do you term it as encouraging or discouraging?
It was discouraging
Why?
because we are working people allowing us to stay home whole day, all looking for our daily bread, and the purpose for which we will stay home or we're home was not met. So it's actually unfair to us as citizens.
Many people that we spoke with yesterday, marketeers, motorcyclists, also said similar thing. So, what do you think this could also cause for us as we are approaching the 2023 elections? Because we have to know how many people in the country.
Yeah, for me, I see it as just satisfied to Liberian people because we are approaching our election 2023 and we have to know the total population of this country before approaching the election because we don't want any chaos in our country anymore and want to know the total number of people that will be voting all our register and for election for 2023, and we were not able to go through the process. I don't think it was a good thing for us as Liberians.
People said many of you people was impatient. You couldn't wait to the end of the day.
Because we waited and we didn't see anybody to be counted, and we had to go and look for our living. And the things are hard, and we needed to look for money to feed our family, to take care of our children, and do all things. And we waited, and we could not see anybody. So what do you think? We had to go out and fetch food for our family.
Okay, so now let's look at it from this standpoint. If the people ask you people to sit home again and wait, will you be willing?
I don't think that will be prudent for me because I can't go and sit home again anymore and wait and we're all seeing anybody. I don't think that can work with me. I had to go out and look for money for my family.
So if you could be in a position to give a recommendation, what do you think could be the best thing done?
I think the election issue should be postponed and follow a specific time. The government will be involved and the money and resources that are needed for this to be conducted, for the census to be conducted. Let the government do everything they can do in a weak way to find the resources to have the electors informed and to do the work, and for the counting to take place so that we can know how much people live in Liberia before election.
You keep pressing on this counting issue. Why about the counting that you're so specific of?
Problem in our country, in our nation.
Is this so important?
Very much important for us to know how many people, how many citizens, how many human beings live in this country. Because with all that, how can you know that? I mean, no more people that are going for election because we got bordering countries. People come all over. Who knows? Anything can happen. Election day. Sure.
Okay. So do you think the fault is from the citizens or the legislature? Because the legislature somehow blame the government, and the government, on the other hand, saying it's the legislature.
The legislature, they are all part of the government. And they sit there and let such a thing happen. I mean, they should be held responsible. But they are part of the government. So in general, the government is responsible for everything that's happening around here.
So the legislature boss also have been on a serious criticism that indeed most of the people that he called to serve or recruited were not being treated fine. So this attributed.
Elected body in such be lack of as I'm speaking to be beyond bar because they all feel the Liberian people. They don't deserve to be outside.
In what way?
They ate the money. They recruited people who are not coming necessary, who are not prepared, who are not qualified for the position for the job, and a lot of things happen. So the elected board right now should be locked up beyond bar and be investigated.
So in a nutshell, what could be your recommendation as a permanent citizen of this community?
Recommendation is you cannot have election without this process carried on.
We're gonna have election without this process carried on. Okay, so thank you so much. Once again, you are
public community. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. And of course, we have another individual here as well. So hello, welcome to 2A Radio TV. You are also a resident of this community. Let's hear you. When you counted, the president said everybody should stay home on Friday. So how did you look at it? Were you law-abiding or you were disrespectful to the proclamation of the president?
Disrespectful because I was not counted.
You were not counted?
Yes.
Okay, no, that means you were abiding.
Yes.
You stay home that day?
Yes.
Okay, so staying home and were not counted. So you felt bad about it or you felt good about it?
I felt bad about it.
Why?
Because I was not counted and staying home. I get my family for me to stay home, and that day I was not counted. I felt bad about it.
So for how long? Because some people just stay there for 30 minutes. People say some people just stay for 30 minutes and later on they had to leave and go.
I stayed there for an hour plus.
And the whole day?
The whole day I sat down and saying nothing. So I was out of patience.
And you are a businessman. So what did that cost you for your business for that day?
My business collapsed and even had a problem with a boy who was selling for me. He couldn't report anything to me, and it was a problem to my business up to now. I have been into a success.
Okay. So what do you think could be your advice to the entire country and the government as well for this censor issue? Because it's very important.
The censor issue have to be done because we need that in our particular country. Because if you don't have censor, you will not know how much people voting in this country. So we have to know the total of people that are voting in Liberia, and we have to know because election is coming.
Election is coming. So if you were opportune to sit and speak with the president of Liberia today, what would be your word?
I could even tell him just what I stated, that censor is very important to the Republic of Liberia. We have to do censor before even going to an election.
We have to do censor before even going to elections. Okay. So do you think so? Who was the cause of it? You blame the people who supposed to come and count you people, or you blame the people who supposed to pay them?
The people who supposed to pay the people is the latest. I don't even know how to call them. Maybe managers or who. So I'm very disappointed in that particular entity who is the latest.
What make you disappointed?
I'm very disappointed in the latest managers or even people that are around. I'm disappointed in them because while they never carry their process to, maybe they don't pay the people because we heard that people had not taken pay, even promised the children, and the children came were floating, some of them passing around, not doing anything, sleeping with friends and things, and even they went all the patient in blocking roads.
Oh, really? In Bon County?
In Bon County, it happened. People block roads, went to the administration building, and even did a whole lot of disturbance. It was not necessary.
So what do you think could be the call that you made to them if they could redo this stuff, this census issue?
The census had to be redone because we sat down home and we never saw anybody. So they have to rather go into to their caucus, whatsoever they have to, maybe to put together and get the census and be real because we need census within this particular country because we don't need no problem again.
So if there's no censor, when they say we should have election, will you also take it necessary?
No, because you don't know how much person in the country, and you we don't know. There will not be no. We need censor by all costs or any means. The legislators, please do your work and come in to do something that will please we the Liberians. We are tired. We don't want no noise in our country, so we need censor. They will love know how many people in this country before can go through election.
So thank you so very much. Thank you for speaking with us. And other business people out there, you are community head here. So what's your word to other community people?
I want for everybody to keep mute because everybody is hot. Everybody feeling hot by the Friday issue. Because keeping all home was very disappointing things to everybody. Everybody is on. So what we will do is a government issue. Let all come together and make things to be better. Let legislators do their work. Pay this terrain. Look for competent people that will do this job. And peacefully and pay the people. People get families too. Pay them. And you have to look for daily bread for their family. You don't pay them, I don't work for you. Don't pay them. So legislators is the cause of all of this issue.
If the people say you people should wait again on another day that they will call, will you be willing to stay home?
For me, I'll go do my business.
Why you go do your business?
My business was even the Friday. I haven't seen what permit with my boss that I left over there. My business went shortage, so I would not have no time again. Maybe they can see what to do now. But if you call for that again, I will not even sit on it.
So the first thing they should do is to pay the children.
Thank you.
So
that's my main concern. They pay the people because you can't work with happy. You can't work with happy because how will you feed your children? You have to work with pay. People work and you don't pay them. No. So the manager is responsible for that. I don't know whatsoever his name or I don't want. Well, let him pay the children.
The man is saying that it's the government and the government have not paid him. I mean, they have some problems as well with legislators want to be on his back and so forth. So that's the reason.
There's no reason of that. The money have been given to him is in the budget. You have to pay the children. The children don't have time because you call them to work. You call them to work. You are a manager or leader. You call people to work. You have to pay them. You have to pay them. You know, while government put something in budget or whatsoever, the people don't have time for that one because they got their own family. They left their parents home to come and work, so you have to pay them. So that's the issue.
So you're talking about these people. What are some of the things they went through? Because I heard some people saying that they were not fed and they took them from different counties. Did you experience that in Bon County here as well?
Yes. People came here, block roads and things. It was disturbing to us.
Where did they come from? Some of them came from where? All of them were from Bon County?
No. People came from Mount Gibby, Cape Mount, just say around the Liberia, Maryland, all kinds of places. Block road in front of the superintendent, and that day I was present and looking at things going on wrong. Superintendent have to give them some statement walk out of this place. So it was not fair.
So you think the people were to be selected from the county?
No, we are all Liberians. Don't have to be selected from only one country. We are all Liberians. You can take people from anywhere to come and work because they came to work for money. Everybody work for money. So you can take people from anywhere. When we are Liberians, they came to work for their money. But the issue is that pay the people the money that they work for.
It's actually been a pleasure speaking with you here in the Douala Palm Bush community in Banka City, Bon County. So once again, before we leave you, what's your final word to Liberians?
My final word to the Liberian people is that for us to monitor the census. Census is very better in this particular country before we go through election. I will say that census is better. We are still observing the legislators to do their work peacefully. We want peace. We want peace. So we want peace. The legislators do their work perfectly and can't send people on the field to come and the Liberians. They go to the peacefully. We want peace in this country.
Wow. Thank you so very much. Once again, your name is?
I'm Jimmy Cole.
Jimmy Cole.
Jimmy Cole.
Okay, a resident of Banga City, Bon County. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Pleasure to speak with you.
Okay, so that's it. 2A Radio TV, the African Action Network. And of course, my name is Ricardo Toba. We've been coming to you here from Banga City on this Sunday broadcast. Thanks so very much for all of you who listen to the broadcast, who watch us. And of course, those of you who shared, those of you who will make a comment or been making your comments, thank you so very much. We appreciate you so dearly for being a part of it, and continue as we'll keep updating you and addressing you with unfoldings as it relates to the censor issue. Thank you so very much.
Pleasure to speak to you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Very fine and grateful to Almighty God.
Thank you.
God bless Liberia, and yet the censor go on fine. We are still waiting.
Thank you. Thank you so
this is our country. We will serve the country to our need.
Thank you so very much.
Pleasure to you, speaking to you.
Thank you.
I'm Jimmy Cole once again.
Thank you.